4 trades on RXT today. I'm really happy with my trading today, but I'm most proud of my red trade, which I lost 63 cents. But I'll explain everything in today's video. So first, let's look at RXT. The price action was really clean. Now, the one thing about this stock is that I was looser on one of my criteria for stock selection, which was float. Normally, I look for a float under 20 million. This one was well over that. Okay, and but the price action looked really good to me. Everything else looked good to me. The price action looked really good, and the relative volume was really good. So those are the things I'm focusing on, is the price action. You can see this is on the 1-minute chart. This is the first 3 trades that I took. And so that was the overarching set the stage type thing. But here, I'm going to show you, we'll go through it trade by trade. So the first trade on RXT was a flat top breakout. Okay. And this is on my trader view. And you can see here, I took this on the 1-minute chart. It was starting to kind of consolidate. This was the flat top here, and it broke out over that level. I waited for some confirmation, and then I got in. This one trade, I didn't use an exit indicator, and I left a lot of money on the table. You can see that I left money on the table here. Okay, I could have got like 30-40 cents a share, but I didn't. So this was the one trade. I still really have to work on my exit indicators. It was my goal last week, and I'm seeing that that's a real hole in my game, but I'm trying to fix the real weaknesses first, which is my stops. That's my goal for this week, is to work on my stops. However, I think I'll be kind of going back and forth between those two goals because my exit indicators still need a lot of work. Okay, so that was trade number 2. Trade number 1. My second trade was a micro pullback. So I actually traded this on the 10-second chart. So you can't really see that here, but my stop was 10 cents a share. And I got in, I saw some price hesitation, and I got out. And again, yes, it did go up, but I saw price hesitation. So I got out when I could. And on this one, I actually made $6. So that was amazing. All right. And I did respect the exit indicators. The third trade was my one red trade. On this one, it was also a micro pullback on the 10-second chart. So this is the 1 minute, so you won't really see it here. And I saw price hesitation, and I didn't wait for it to hit my stop. I got out right away. And so I'm really proud of this because I respected my stop. I used a price indicator to decide when to exit the trade. So I did everything I was supposed to do. And it was a red trade, but I did everything I was supposed to do. Okay. Now, I'm also really proud of trade number 4, and I'll tell you why. Because trade number 3, it was a red trade. And I have my timeout rules here that I put on my whiteboard, okay? If I have one red trade, I have to take a 15-minute break. If I have 2 in a row, I have to take a 30-minute break, and so on. So I realized after I took that trade, I said, oh, I should put my trades into Trader View, which I went to go do. And then it hit me. Wait, that's a red trade. That's a timeout. I need to take a timeout. So I had to sit out for 15 minutes, and that was fine. I spent the 15 minutes entering my trades into Trader View, reviewing my notes, talking about, what was going on. And honestly, the timeout was awesome. Really, it was like the best thing. I thought I would be frustrated, but I was happy to have the timeout. Okay, 15 minutes out of a 3-hour trading window is not that much. It did help me to kind of calm down and regroup. And, I wasn't really that upset over a 63-cent trade. I mean, that's not that big of a deal. But, and I was actually really happy about the fact that I didn't get out at my full stop and I used an exit indicator to get out. I was really pleased with the trade, but I still needed to take the 15-minute timeout. And boy, am I glad I did. So I got back into trading and after my 15-minute break, and it was a while before I saw this trade. It was a flat top breakout, okay? And I think I might have taken this on the 5-minute. Hold on. I don't know if I traded this on the 5-minute or the 1-minute. Now it says here flat top breakout, but this looks like a micro pullback. So I must have misread that. So I'll have to relabel that. Let's see. Let's relabel that. I do write down in my notes what I'm doing, but like sometimes I get it wrong, right? Okay, so micro pullback, I'm tracking the setup and I'm tracking my exit signal. So, I'll have to answer that in a minute. Sorry about that. Okay, so in any case, I got out on this one with a green trade. And honestly, I think that taking the time out was really, really critical. So, one thing that I'm really, really excited about is that, first of all, I reviewed my trading plan this morning, mostly before trading, some of it while I was trading. But I think reviewing my trading plan was honestly one of the keys to having a great process today. Yesterday, I had a no trade day, and that's okay. And I think that was because I read my trading plan. So I'm going to be reading my trading plan every morning and reviewing it every morning until every single piece of it is completely internalized. And I think that really led to me having a good process today, which also led me to having a green day. Now, you can have a good process and have a good result. You can have a good process and have a bad result. But I think you're going to have more good results if you have a good process. And today you can see that. I mean, I'm only trading 100 shares, and I realize I left a lot of money on the table with my first trade, and it's going to be very difficult for me to scale up to 150 shares because one of my criteria, I have 5 criteria that I'm using right now in my trading plan to decide when I can scale back up to 150 shares. So the first one is 0 discretionary stop violations across the previous 20 trades. I had to start over. I had a timeout violation on my last trade on Tuesday. So we're at 4 trades right now, and I have 0 discretionary stop violations today. My win rate has to be more than 50%. And you can see today, my win rate is 75%. That's excellent. My average R number, and I have to see where, I have to figure out on TraderView if I can see the average because that's really important. But you can see here that my average R number is not going to be 0.8 for today because every single R value is under 0.8. And I think that's going to be the one that holds me back because I'm struggling to let my winners run, and I won't be able to move up to 150 shares until I can do that. Okay, understood, but let's take one problem at a time. No daily loss limits. Didn't have a daily loss limit today, and no timeout violations. And thank you to my trusty whiteboard, which my viewers really encouraged me to do the whiteboard. I got the whiteboard, and I am so glad I did because that's why I took my time out. I was putting my trades into TraderView, and I caught the time out section of the whiteboard out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, oh yeah, I have to take a time out. And you can watch the live stream. It's actually really funny. Okay, so I have 5 things that have to happen in order for me to scale up to 150 shares again. And I know those of you who have been following me along know that I've said repeatedly, before, when I was scaling up and down, I was doing it more on feel. This time, I'm being extremely data driven in my decision to scale up or down. And I really want to make sure that I've got things in place before I move to the next level, because honestly, I'm loving having these limitations. I don't see limitations as a problem. I see them as teaching tools. And I'm really loving that. I feel like it's helping me so much. So as far as my trading plan, there's been a lot of discussion on I've talked a lot about it on my live stream this week. I'm going to post it over in Substack. I think it's pretty much done. As far as I wanted to edit it and make sure I didn't have any glaring problems on it. It's a living document. Okay, but once I post it over on Substack, I'll put a link on my channel, or I'll post or whatever, and then people can kind of go over and take a look and see what I'm doing. I'll make it public. Like I said, I'm new to trading. This is me sharing what I'm doing. It's going to evolve. It should evolve, right? My plan is to improve 1% every single day. But I'm putting it out there. I'm learning in public, and I hope you're learning with me. I'm just so happy that I followed my process today. Yeah, I'm just really happy about that. I know it's only $13, but it is like the sweetest $13, really, because it reflects the fact that I followed my plan. All right. I feel like the last thing I want to say is I'm building awareness. Honestly, doing this live stream and these recaps on YouTube has truly helped me build awareness. And I'm so grateful to my viewers during the live stream, because the chats have been on fire in the live stream. Honestly, they've been on fire. I am constantly writing down stuff in my paper journal that they're telling me. One of my viewers today posted some think script in the community section, so you can check that out. I mean, we've got a great little community going. I love it. And I'm so excited to keep this going. I just feel like I hit maybe a new level of awareness in my trading. And the trading plan really helped, guys. Really helped. This is the first time that I've nailed it down. And the pressure of saying I'm going to make it public has forced me to really nail it down. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow at 7 a.m. And I hope you have a great day. Trade smart.